And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, I'm your host, Errol Marks, my co-host, Anthony Rossi, whatever you want to call your name. You see,
that was
now
even worse.
Yeah, because you keep telling me to change. You keep telling me to try to correct my, the way you pronounce your name.
Jittery.
Yeah, you're annoying.
Jittery.
You're annoying sometimes.
Don't be scared.
You are annoying sometimes.
Don't be scared.
Because I had your name down pat. Now you're making me.
You had it down pat the wrong way. It was beautiful. You had your own little je ne sais quoi on it. It was great.
Anthony Anderossi. I like that.
There you go. I could take that.
That's the one. And you keep telling me that's the wrong way of pronouncing your name.
I was very impressed by Jeff.
Oh, screw Jeff. How's that sound? Screw Jeff.
That's a terrible thing to say after he just called
As you guys know, this is Caged in MMA. I'm your host, Errol Marks, and my co-host, Mr. Anthony Anderossi. You can call us at 631-965-4990, as you guys know, and follow us by going to our website at www.worldwidesportsradio.com. Now you can introduce our special guest. Go ahead.
Well, it is my pleasure to bring in introduce, since 2015, she was the most highly touted recruit to get on fight cards everywhere. Call it what you want. It's the truth. And if there's any promoters out there, they were all probably kicking themselves because they were all trying to get her and they couldn't, especially up here in New York. I know a lot of guys that were trying to get her on a fight card, and it just didn't happen. And now she's in Bellator. Some fighters are getting injuries to duck her.
Are you going to introduce her or what?
Of course. The ridiculously talented Tara Graf. Tara, you there?
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me on.
Happy New Year.
Dude, really?
I'm the funny guy, okay?
Really?
I got to be serious.
You're the only one laughing.
I have some fun, man. I like to have some fun.
Jesus. Anyway.
I don't know about Happy New Year. I don't know what's going on with this New Year.
Well, you're right. It's not happy, that's for sure.
How in the meantime, while everything is shut down, how is everything going? How are you able to, train on your own and such? How's everything going on down there?
It's going. I got to make do with what I got. My boyfriend is my head jiu-jitsu coach and one of my MMA coaches, so it makes it a little easier, having a live-in coach as well. But on the downfall of that, he just had some knee surgery. So, yeah, back to square one. No, I have mats in the basement, so I try to, to keep rolling a little bit, keep weightlifting, keep running, keep moving. I got to stay ready. I have my bob bag and my heavy bag out in the garage that I like to go smack around a little bit. So, I'm staying active.
Could you smack around Anthony? Could you please? Use him as a punching bag. This big teddy bear over here.
Dude.
Only if he signs a waiver.
Tell me something. While everything is shut down, a lot of fights are shut down and such. You were supposed to have a fight this past January 25th. You were supposed to go against Valerie Letourneau, who I love how you see how she's already laughing.
She's giggling.
She's already giggling.
I hear it.
Valerie, if anybody doesn't know, Valerie Letourneau actually was a headline because she was looking to have a debut against a amateur fighter from New York who was going to make her debut, and unfortunately the amateur fighter, it was such a mismatch that I believe the record was 1-15 or 16 of the girl that she was supposed to be going against, to the point where the Connecticut Athletic Commission, or Tribal, I should say, Mike Mazzulli came right in and said, hell no, this is not happening. So all of a sudden, now they gave her a couple of other little, pushes like they do in professional wrestling and kind of like, dolled her up and such. And if nobody knows who I'm talking about with Valerie Letourneau, you probably saw a lot more on TikTok and Instagram
This
than you do
poor
in the
girl.
Listen, I just call it like I see it. And then what happens is she finds out she has to go against Tara. And surprisingly, I don't know if she stubs her toe or what happened, broke a nail, and the fight's canceled. And then automatically, she's laughing. She knows what I'm talking about. But she's not saying it. That's the main thing. So plain and once again, this coming out of my mouth, not Tara's. Injured on the 25th of January. February 5th, She's running around doing jujitsu and such, and miraculously she's healed. Amen, hallelujah.
You know.
So, is there a rescheduling, Tara?
It can come out of my mouth too. It's okay. I don't mind. It's very frustrating. The chick just came off of some type of stupid ass reality TV show, and if you look at her from the time it started to the time it ended, she got a little sick. Let's just say she got back. We already had signed our contract. She was already supposed to fight. She knew months in advance we were supposed to fight well before it was released. Then all of a sudden she gets back to ATT, and I'm sure they're probably like, "Oh hell no!" She was a little chunky, and then some type of mysterious injury happened in a matter of a few days, and then she was mysteriously better. So she had a real speedy recovery, and I'm thankful for that. So I was ready to go back at it. Long ways down the road, finally got another call, so we were good to go.
There you go.
So it was actually scheduled for June 6th. Now it's canceled. So it sucks, because of the coronavirus, but it's going to happen. And I can't wait for it to happen because, I like, the more it fuels my fire. She's all about that image. Like, if you want to go be an ass model, go be an ass model. Like, don't just try to get followers, and that's the wrong way to do it. Show it by your fighting. Let me see it,
We are talking to Bellator fighter Tara Graff.
So, Tara, as you said, in regards to some people seeming a little chunky, I'm just saying, when it comes to...
We're both a little chunky,
No, well, first off, I'm not talking about myself, and I'm not chunky, I'm fat. I admit it. Okay? I've even said, and I've complimented him many times about the capacity of these chairs.
You got to cut that weight.
But here's the thing. Would you believe this? Back when I actually competed, I was actually 200 pounds even. It was scary. Now I'm actually carrying a middleweight on my back. It's the corona. It's the corona. It's got me so depressed. I went into depression eating. It happened.
Is that what it was?
It's not the Corona 15 in my case. You could times that by 10. No, but in all seriousness, when it comes to the uncertainty of when these fights are going to pop up and all that, while you're training and everything, have you ever had an issue with the long layoffs with the weight cutting and like holding off on things like this?
Yeah, absolutely. I have taken numerous of fights very quickly, and true weight class that especially that I started with, in my amateur career, I started at 115. I'm a big 115er. I cut a lot of weight. I do. So I understand how it feels. But if you sign your name on that dotted line, damn it, make it work. Like, cut the weight. No, I understand, weight cuts suck. Nobody wants to do it. That's the worst part of it. But do it. If you're fighting, do it,
And I've said this in the past. I always appreciate the old school mentality of training, the old school mentality of fighters back in the day and such. And one thing and I've even said this to Tara, I've said this to other people, Tara always holds that old school mentality. You don't really see that much anymore where it's, I don't want to hear about your excuses. If you signed, you should have no excuses.
So she's the man of the relationship. Is that what you're saying?
Not my relationship, but I'm just simply saying.
She's the man of her relationship.
Just like she said, if you signed that bout agreement for that weight, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. If there was any question, you shouldn't have just stepped up. That's not the case. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my time. That's why I can appreciate this. I can't appreciate the whole BS when it comes to
Hold on one second. Hold on, Tara. I'm sorry. So we were just talking about Tony Ferguson getting in.
Tara, please help me out with this, please.
Listen. We were just talking about Tony Ferguson getting into the octagon against Justin Gaethje, okay? And I am sticking up for Tony Ferguson because I believe Tony Ferguson got screwed because Khabib decided to jump on a plane going back to his family in Russia, while Tony Ferguson, who didn't train for Gaethje, decided to get in the ring like a man and get his butt whipped because he wasn't ready for the fight. But he's giving you compliments the same particular thing. I don't understand you.
Because
Anthony.
she's not going to turn around and say,
I don't understand you.
I'm telling you right. What is there that you don't understand?
I just
You're
don't. I'm
telling me-
lost. I'm
You're
lost.
telling me she's going to turn around and say that if it's not
Maybe
Valerie-
maybe my head's up your ass.
Wait, she's talking. Wait, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tara.
You know, the same side of that, okay, I had quite a few people, drop out and replacement. It does suck, but that's one thing that I've always told myself, and one of the main reasons that I don't like to watch film on my opponent, fighting film. I don't want to gauge my fight to their fight, because I know firsthand I've changed so much the last couple years. The last fight. Anybody can change, and anybody can change their game plan. You know what I'm saying? So if I go in there expecting this guy's going to take me down, I'm going to be ready, I'm going to sprawl, and then we're standing the whole time, my game plan is shot. So I go in there with free mind, anything goes. You're in that cage, you're locked in that cage, anything goes.
So basically what you're saying is the ability to adapt to the unknown is something that a professional at that level of poor little Mr. Ferguson, you know what I mean? So what you're basically
He's just
saying
angry because he lost his
just saying,
parlay.
I just basically am
He's
looking
just
for a nice way
angry.
of saying, I know I'm right.
He's like
Thank
a
you for agreeing
washwoman.
with me.
He's like a washwoman.
Over here, homeboy is getting real upset because Ferguson
Homeboy?
is on Area 51.
Am I
of
from the
Saturn
Bronx
right
or
now.
something?
I don't know, man. It's listen, there's only one of us wearing that freaking, Spike Lee hat, so I don't even get me
Spike
started.
Lee. I'm wearing a Nike Air hat.
Like I
Spike
said.
Lee.
Like I said.
What's wrong with Nike?
Oh, for what?
No, what are you gonna take a shot at my hat now?
What Nike? Now he's going after Nike because UFC's got Reebok, so he had to go somewhere. He's an opportunist.
Well,
It's accidental product placement.
as you guys know, I don't like Dana White, so probably yes.
There you go. If he had Coke, he's got a Pepsi can over here, like by his.
I like Pepsi more than Coke. You're
what
right.
I just tell you, see?
As you guys know, we are talking to Bellator, I believe it or not, eventually Bellator champion Tara Graff.
So basically, now if it's not June, from what you said, it was supposed to be June. Now they just called it off. Did they give another tentative date, like July or August or anything?
They haven't because the corona, they're not sure. The news. They have no clue. Maybe they'll take a little play out of Dana's book and head to Florida. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I'm not sure. Hopefully, I'll hear something soon because I'm ready. I'm so ready.
And you're down in Virginia with Royal, correct?
Maryland, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Maryland.
I did all my amateur fighting in Virginia in the Wild Wild West. Where we had pro rules.
Well, over in
great.
Over in Indiana, I actually just found out yesterday from Chris Papandrea over there at Dynamic Jiu-Jitsu. His gym is actually opening up, I believe, on the 26th of May. Is there any tentative? Is there any tentative dates or anything coming up in regards to?
Do you want me to
possibly something opening up?
Before she answers that, do you want me to read what Mike Pagano said?
Actually, go right ahead because if
read that.
She's beside him right now, so if I read it and she doesn't like it, she could probably beat the hell out of
Go
him.
ahead, right there. I'll
Getting into the whole Gaethje versus Ferguson thing. Yes, Tony was preparing for Khabib, which fell through for the 5th time. But Tony was the interim champ. He's a champ. Scroll up a little bit. There we go. He's a champ. So as a champ, to step up. What the hell?
It moves.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
It's got to go up a little bit more.
Why are you writing so long? Seriously.
Listen, he could do whatever the hell he wants right now. Unfortunately, because we're reading it. So what the hell? Anyway.
Read whatever you want.
Basically, in a nice way, he's saying Anthony's right. That's what he's getting ready to say.
And you want to know something? That's because he loves you, Anthony. Because
I don't even know the guy.
Maybe you need to hug him or kiss him or give him your nice bear
I'm a
hug.
fun guy. People love me.
Yeah, they love you,
Jeff
all right.
used to love me before he went
Now
4
he
to
loves
5.
me, so that's a good thing.
Because you didn't give him shitty betting advice.
Tara, when you jump on this show, you're going to have a little bit of fun. That's for sure.
Thanks. That's what I'm here for.
So, in a nice way, tell Mike thank you for saying that Anthony was right. Thank you.
No.
We didn't get to read the whole thing, but that's where we were going.
Leave it up to Anthony. Leave it up to Anthony to give himself his own credit.
I'm not giving myself credit. It's right there in black and white. We can't read it all, but
Here,
it's right there.
I'll read off what he said.
No, don't do
Valerie
that.
is
Don't do
supposed
that. We don't
to
have
be a
enough time.
professional
We don't have enough
athlete.
time.
What?
We don't have enough time. We don't have enough time.
Do you want me to read it or not?
Yeah, just get to Anthony's right.
All right, I'm reading.
Okay.
Anthony's right. I don't know what dream world you're in. Okay. Valerie is supposed to be a professional athlete. If you're a pro athlete, you fulfill your contract with the understanding of that. And I know somebody keeps on calling. We will answer the call right after our interview. I promise
After
you guys.
we find out how many people know that I'm right and Errol's wrong, we'll get to your phone call. We promise.
No.
Which they're probably calling to say that I'm right.
Of that you're getting into. But she wants followers online. That's what she cares about.
Why did you go to the princess? He was talking about me being right with Tony Ferguson.
All right.
It was up further.
You're annoying. You know that?
But I'm correct. It's up further.
No, it's right here. It's right here. You know, can I just do my job here? Jesus. Getting into the whole Gaethje versus Ferguson thing. Yes, Tony was preparing for Khabib, which, yes, fell through for the 5th time. But Tony was the interim champ. He's a champ. So the champ, you step up and defend your step against anyone they put in front of you. And he did that. Unfortunately, he got beat. Also, Gaethje has been wrestling since he was 4 years old, born in Safford, Arizona. Gaethje began wrestling when he was 4 years old. I know you said that already. He was a 2-time Arizona state champion as a wrestler of Stanford High School and an NCAA Division I All-American during his time at the University of Northern Colorado. So I was right, too. Thank you.
What were you right
Thank
about?
you, Mike.
Because the guy went to school?
No, because he was a wrestler, too. So if he took him down, it still would have given him problems.
He didn't try.
You know what? You know what, Anthony?
I know what. I'm right.
No matter what I say, you're going to say you're right. So
you're right about that, too?
Oh, my God.
I'll give you that one.
Oh. You are a pain in my rear end. You know that? I don't know about good taste.
You got good taste.
Yeah, well, I like a panda bear, and I'm sitting right next to one.
Hey, listen. It's just another lovable thing. It's just another reason. Listen, that's my power animal. Don't get me going.
Power
it's true.
Your power animal?
Find another cuter animal than me. It's amazing.
You know what? That's your nickname, Power Animal.
Listen, my daughters have
Anthony
called me
Power
pandas
Animal
a
Androssi.
long-ass time. Okay, and I'll tell you right now, if my girls say panda, that's it. It's panda.
I'm calling you the Power Animal. I'm putting you on that, a.k.a. the Power Animal. That's your new nickname.
I'll take it.
The Power Animal.
I'll take it. It's still positive. I don't care.
It's positive, all right.
It's positive.
You are a pain in my rear end. You know that? Tara, I don't know how you're friends with this guy. I'm just kidding. I love this guy. He really is. He's been a good co-host since we started together, and he really gives good insight. But he's wrong about this. He is absolutely wrong.
So basically, by him saying I'm wrong, he's saying you're wrong. He's saying Mike's wrong. He's saying everybody's wrong except Errol. You realize this? If you're doing the math, that's it. You know what? Next time we're on, we're getting Mike on the show.
Mike
the hell
who?
with this.
Mike Washington?
No, Mike Pagano, who just wrote all this stuff saying Anthony was right. So that's it. That's it. We're going Team Anthony on this. I don't want to hear it.
All right, Team
we're making
Errol.
shirts. We're making shirts.
Is that what we're going to do? Is that what we're going to do?
I'm really going to date ourselves. It's like Dan versus Dave back in the 80s.
Really?
The Olympics.
Really? So
we should get a poll.
So David versus Goliath?
We should have a bet.
David versus Goliath. But David wins. You know David wins that fight. You know that, right?
David who?
David versus Goliath.
Goliath who?
Oh, my God.
You're going biblical?
Oh, my God.
Listen, I treat my life.
You hear what I deal with,
I treat my public.
Aren't we dealing with an interview right now? We're going back and forth?
You started it.
And I'm ending it.
Okay. Anyway.
As you guys know, we are talking to Bellator fighter Tara Graff.
You wouldn't know that because Errol's over here doing his thing.
Doing what? What's that
right
shaking?
I'm
not no bobblehead.
You're taking time away from our
guest.
I
am not
You're
a
taking time away from our
bobblehead.
guest. You know, she's got a busy life. She's got a.
Like I'm breaking up my kids' fight.
It's probably worse than that, actually, to tell you the truth. It's probably worse, unfortunately.
They fight pretty bad.
So let me ask you, in all seriousness, I love how I have to say it, in all seriousness to kind of like give the disclaimer to validate what I'm about to say next.
Power animal.
But I'll take it. Anyway, now that you're waiting for Bellator, is there anything preventing you if Bellator doesn't come around, with anything upcoming? If somebody else jumps in, are you available to take another fight in another organization, or are you bound to that contract right now?
Yes, I can. Because I'm only contracted to that fight. So technically, yes, I can. I haven't signed for the new date. But the thing is would I? Would I want to? If something happened, ruin my chances, with the big stage. That's the question I would have to play. Who the opponent is, what the event is. So
there you go, Dana White. Dana White, Fight Island. There we go. Get her on the island.
Hey, I'm down. I'm so down.
Get her on the island. Seems like she's the only damn fighter that wants to fight on the damn thing right now. But go ahead, get her
Corona
on the
with lemon.
That's it.
Corona with lime.
Thing.
Just out of curiosity, because even though you are a Bellator fighter, just out of curiosity, what did you think of the fights this past week so far? I know we got another one coming up tomorrow, but what did you think so far? In all honesty,
this past Wednesday one. I don't. Did you guys talk about that at all with Anthony Smith and that? That drama.
Not yet. He was on his Ferguson thing, so I couldn't, unfortunately.
You see what I mean? I was quiet. I'm calm.
I was answering
collective,
her question. I was just answering
and
her
now
question.
he's taking a shot at me.
I was just answering her question. I was just answering her question.
Mr. Power Animal?
Just answering her question.
Yeah, no, so it's kind of funny. Mike and I were actually talking about that earlier. The whole stopping, the corner should have stopped it, blah, 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 like I said earlier, he knows what he's doing, and he even said, I was doing enough to prevent them from stopping it. So, no, it should not have been stopped. I agree with him. I go in there, I know what I'm getting into. I know the possibilities of, the teeth falling out, getting bashed open. If I'm done, I'm going to tell you I'm done, not anybody else. I don't like the early stoppages, and I want when I'm ready to quit, that's when I'll quit.
But you do. But there is, in a way, when it comes from, there's two different minds of kind of like thought there. One is the fighter saying I'm doing enough, and I could justify why you wouldn't stop this fight and such. Meanwhile, on the outside, you have the coach whose responsibility number one is your safety. Or the fighter safety. Let's just generalize as fighter safety. I don't want to start a fight over there. But so when it all comes down to it, if that was to ever happen, could you understand where, he would be coming from? Nobody wants the towel thrown in because it doesn't happen often. So nobody ever really wants that to happen. But you understand it's for you to ultimately, fight another day. Because let's be real, there's no way in hell.
He has my best interest. He will always look out for me. Would I be pissed? Probably in the heat of the moment, absolutely. But when I step back, I do know at the end of the day that he's got my best interest. And is that something that I would be pissed forever about? No, I'd get over. But that's why we had this conversation. I like, look, don't. If my teeth are falling out, I'll quit when I'm ready to quit, But no, yeah, and he has a mindset where I don't care if I don't like it, I'm stopping it. But I don't like it. I don't want it. No, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm signing up for.
Right. All right. Aaron, is that the phone?
I'll fix it, man. Just relax.
Tara, can you hear us?
We're losing her.
Yep, gotcha.
We're losing her. I'll fix it. We might have to.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you. Unfortunately, that's my phone. I'm sorry.
I'll fix it. Don't worry, Tara. Hold on. It's Anthony's garbage phone.
Hey, I'm a poor boy. I can only afford certain things. Anyway.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Finish up with it.
So, going into the next couple of months and such, I mean, are you looking to change anything with your training now that you've already seen what this Corona thing is basically made the living situation and the training situation? Is there anything that you're looking to kind of change or update or reboot going into the next couple of months? That's my phone, right?
It might be. I don't know how your phone works, but hold on. I'm trying to get her working here, but here we are.
Hello?
There we are.
Yeah, there you are. Sorry, now we can hear you.
Nah, we got you. It's Anthony's phone. Just bear with us. It is the Power Animals. The Power Animals phone. That is an awesome name. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway, I'm sorry, Tara. You were saying?
No, I was just saying that, I'm glad that Mike and I had the conversation. I know where he stands. He knows where I stand, but I just don't, I wouldn't want him to stop anything. I know what I'm signing up for. I know what I'm getting into. When I'm ready to quit, I'll quit,
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
Tara, I wish you all the luck in the world. I really do, and I can't wait until you fight because I will definitely be rooting for you. Unfortunately, because you're friends with this guy right next to me, I am starting to really believe that you're moving towards the panda side. So, unfortunately.
Wait until we could actually get her on the show, and she's wearing the panda shirts.
Oh,
it will
God.
happen.
The Power Animal shirt?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, man. Well, if she was smart, she'd be wearing the Gratitude shirt, which is me, Errol the Gratitude Marks, right?
For the love of Jesus, you gave yourself that nickname?
Oh, yeah, I give that. It's a nice name. You're Power Animal and Mr. Gratitude.
How long did it take you to think of that?
Well, 5 seconds.
And it seems like it. I'm actually looking around the room right now to see the word gratitude to see where the hell you pulled that up out.
Well, Tara, it's been swell. Thank you for joining us. We definitely want to get you on when it's closer to your fight, and then after your fight, we would love to talk to you about your fight.
Yeah, man, absolutely. That'd be great. I really appreciate you guys for having me on. It's been fun.
Oh, it always is. It always is. And every single show that you go on now, you'll remember our show because you got Mr. Panda Bear, a.k.a. Power Animal, and Mr. Gratitude.
We could definitely say we didn't have any cookie cutter questions or moments on this puppy. You don't have any Ariel Hawani stuff on here.
Oh, there's no puppies, that's for
no,
sure.
I hate to break it.
No kittens, no caboodles.
I stay away
no
from
puppies.
cats. They're evil animals. I'm sorry. They steal the breath out of babies. It's disgusting.
I agree. I agree with you there.
I don't like cats either, but I don't.
They steal the breath out of babies. It's true.
What do you mean? They stick their heads down a baby's breath? I don't know.
They creep up on their chest and they just suck the life out of them. It's true.
What do you watch Bewitched or something?
No, everybody knows this.
Oh my God.
Why do you think in Italy the cats are outside?
Right now, there's a lot of stuff going.
Cats are
I don't think
outside.
they care about the damn cats in Italy right now. They care about COVID-19.
Where do you think it probably came from? It's the damn cats.
Well, Tara, thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Tara.
Thanks, Tara.
You guys have a good one.
That was Tara Graff.
She's never coming back on.
Oh, she absolutely is. She had a
never
lot
coming back
of. She
on.
had a lot of fun.
I don't know.
I guarantee you she had a lot of fun.
What, Team Gratitude? Where did I almost curse? Where did you get that from?
That's me, Gratitude,
Yeah,
Mr. Gratitude.
Okay. Wow.
Now, guys, you can call the show. I see somebody's trying to call the show. We'll get them on when we come back from break. As you guys know, you can reach us by going to www.worldwidesportsradio.com. And remember, guys, this is Cajun MMA, and we'll be back after this.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner.
Right there, hold on, right there. Boom, I faked him. Whoa, that was, whoa. I'm back. But Mamba Babo, how you say that name? I'm gonna go home tonight. I'm gonna drink a Coors Light.
Fighting out of the red corner.
I completely dominated that 5th round. That 5th round want me to fight.
From the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
It's time!
The #1 MMA show in America. Caged in MMA.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the show that everybody likes to fight about. Yes! This is Caged in MMA, and I'm your host, Errol Marks, and my co-host, Anthony Andorosi. Remember, you can follow us by going to our website at www.worldwidesportsradio.com. I guess we have a new guest. If you guys don't know him, he is known as the Mechanic, Mr. Jerome Mickles. What's going on, Jerome?
What's up, motherfuckers? You know I'm not FCC approved. I don't know why y'all thought it was about to be some censorship going on in this bitch.
What's that music in the background over there? What are you listening to? Nas or something?
Nah. Let me turn you guys off in the background. You're all in like a tablet, and I'm cleaning the house and disinfecting because of COVID. Shit is annoying, bro. I've turned into a full-time fucking janitor. I can get more cleaning gigs than Price. The fuck is going on in here?
So what would you like to talk about, my friends?
Just so you know, you're in trouble because he's another one of my favorites.
Oh,
another one.
Oh, God.
Another one.
Listen, Errol, I ain't gonna lie. Anthony knows me personally. Like, he tells me before every amateur fight, he's refereed from about 3 out of...
One of his last fights.
So hold on 1 second.
One of his last fights, he almost had to hold me back because almost killed his opponent.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Were you reffing that fight?
I was reffing that fight, and the damn fighter kept running away from him. Okay, and it got to the point where I got so damn pissed off after taking a point. This guy was doing yoga and stuff in the corner, and it got to the point where I just said, "The hell with it, you're done." And I mean, it got to the point where Jerome actually was waiting for me I know he was waiting for me to shoot in on this kid. I know it was going to happen.
So let me get this straight, Jerome. Because he's one of your favorites and you're one of his favorites, you're going to tag team against me. You and the power animal.
No. I'm not the you can't beat him, join him, jump him guy. I'm the I'll whoop your ass myself. But Anthony is one of my favorite. I have like 3 WKA refs that I fuck with heavy. And then I got some that I don't even like. Like, they know I don't want them around me. Like, you know what's crazy? A lot of people like Big Dan. I don't like Big Dan. He makes me nervous. I took a last-minute fight for Maverick, and I hear about the weight cut conversation you guys are having. Yes, as an athlete, you're contracted, but physically, when you put yourself mentally and try to go through hell and back, nobody can really tell you how easy it is to make the weight.
So let me ask... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You contracted to make it. That shit sounds good. But a lot of us are not getting $1 million to make boxing money. So maybe you got work, maybe you have kids. It's not easy to make a weight cut in a full life. It's not. When you're like these younger guys I get to fight, because I'm 32 now, I made 32 in April. When you get these guys that are 21 that are eligible to fight everybody else, a lot of these motherfuckers got mommy money. So they're home all day. Especially a lot of guys I get paired up with are Long Island kids who are, it's going to sound racial, but this is the reality. You're allowed to stay home till you're like 40 when you're a certain race and your parents were well off. In my generation, my bracket, you got to go get it from the age of 12 and up, where we're at. So I'm not at home all day. I don't have the luxury of being in the gym all day. I'm usually working. Like, I come from 12-hour bartending shifts, and because I have the key to my former gym, I was able to train at 4 in the morning. That's why I may wait a lot of times. I just left Queens as Striking 101 as my gym maybe about a year now. I've been away from them for a year, and I'm now training out of BK MMA over there with Terry Gold and them, and I feel better. I feel phenomenal. I feel more powerhousing. Like, I'm wrestling more. My striking has always been there, but I'm like, I need the ground game, and the weight cut thing is not easy. Like, no matter where you go, like, a lot of people don't understand that. Like, the fans, especially the casual fans, RTF, just make it happen. I'm like, yeah, well, your ass eats carrots for 2 weeks and be vegan only just to make weight, because that's what I have to do. My body type doesn't allow me to gain a lot of fat. So I maybe burn 6 pounds of fat, and then the rest is all damn muscle.
So you said that you switched gyms and everything. Do you have something lined up, or is there something tentatively coming up?
I was lined up 12 times. No, like that's just exaggerated, but like fucking Maverick had me booked for 3 different months. And since this COVID shit has taken place, the first one my opponent pulled out.
That was in PA, right? That was in Pennsylvania?
Was interested. It was scheduled originally in November.
But it's in Pennsylvania.
This is when the first scares came out. So then after November, we got pushed to late March 28th. And then it got canceled again. So I hear Shorty right before me. I heard her situation. I was like, that's how we all feel. We all waiting around for work. And a lot of us are trying to keep in shape and stay ready when you get ready. But life also hits you. Like, I got my weight down to 170. That way I can be 10 pounds away from this catchweight fight for Maverick. I put on another 15 pounds being home and less being in the gym, you know? Mm-hmm. I just ordered at least $1,000 of equipment from Blaze Pods, et cetera, to keep me active. This shit is not easy to do at home, especially if you don't have the luxury of the garage gyms and everything else. So the hearsay fans, you know how I feel about them. The casual fans and the guys you got to cut the way, they can fuck off. Like, I'm serious. Like I'm not here for the fans. I'm here to make a future for my kids. If I have genuine followers that fuck with me, and there's quite a few. I have people that are in different states that will come out to my fight. I have people that live in this state and will go any state I fight. So I'm not here to make casual fans. I'm here to leave a mark, make some money, make some legacy, and then get the hell out while I can. This whole year off sucks. I'm not going to lie. I can only imagine what every other fighter's dealing with because I've been waiting to put my hands on somebody.
We are talking to professional fighter Jerome Mickles. They call him the Mechanic. So Jerome, my question here for you is growing as a fighter, and I've watched a couple of your fights, and I know a little bit about you. You've come to the studio. We've argued about MMA. We've argued about other things. What is it like being a father? And a lot of people don't. I've talked to Frankie Edgar off air, and he's a father of 3 kids. What is it like being a father and mixing it up with really being a professional fighter?
It's a gift and a curse. And I don't mean my kids at first. I'm saying this because people are here to take it wrong. So, as you guys know, I'm like on my 26th fight of my career. I fought like 14 times in the amateurs. First underground with Peter Storm, then Knife, where I met Anthony, New York, which is New York Fight Exchange. Then I went up to, I was blackballed so long by Jersey, I had to go to Premier FC in Boston or Massachusetts, wherever the hell it is, just to get approved as a pro so nobody else can tell me no. Because once you get your license, it's like there's no legality issues. I only had one issue, and I heard you say about the commission in Connecticut recently since the pros. That guy's an asshole.
Oh, you're talking about Mike Mazzulli over in Tribal.
I can't stand him. I can't. They can see whenever Bellator calls, if it's not New York, Long Island, or anywhere else, don't call me for Connecticut. Because I want to go out there, and it was a whole scandal I was tied up in for nothing because of that asshole. I'm not even going to lie. Like, we'll get into that in a minute, but being a parent, it is a beautiful thing and a gift and a curse at the same time because there's days where I really have to balance out what gets sacrificed. There's training gets sacrificed, and there's parenting gets sacrificed. And that's a real live decision I have to make a lot of times where it will leave a bad taste in my kid's mother's mouth where it's like, damn, we were on good terms, but you don't understand I'm trying to get something bigger done. And then it's become where now it's an understanding that this is about them because every death waiver, every insurance policy, for every fight contract, the boys' names is on there. Not their mothers, not their grandparents, the boys' names, with one appointed attorney for the parties so they can get anything sooner if they need it. Like, this is not for a hobby. So when you got kids, there's a lot of different things tracked. And some people think they're distractions. My kids happen to be my motivators. By my, fourth pro fight, my third pro fight, I fought Gambit Namavea, if I'm pronouncing that right. Sambit or Gambit. Namavea.
Don't worry, I pronounce names just as bad as you do.
Yeah, ask Errol how to pronounce
I'm
it.
from New York. We only speak 2 Englishes, Errol. Good English and bad English. And this is coming from a half-bred Puerto Rican. Like, you understand? Like, we don't speak well English, okay? We speak good and bad. So I fought him, and then by the second round, the weight cut killed me so much because, as you guys know, I debuted pro 170, and I realized a lot of sandbagging goes on in this sport. A lot of weight class jumping that shouldn't be allowed. Like, you know, at 170, I'm really getting the natural 190s and the 205s. The guys that don't want to bang with their own bracket. And it's a disgusting thing because at 170, you can tell when they rehydrate. You look at their legs, you're like, damn, that's not genetics. That's at least another 10 pounds that he dehydrated. You know, you look at different things. So I had to go down to 155 where it's at least even for me because the guys are short and powerful and fast. And I'm tall, long, and I hit hard. So it's like it's a little bit of a matchup for me. It's fair enough. The only thing I have to keep working on is wrestling because a lot of guys I fight are like 5'7" and under. They don't got to slip a jab. They stand right under it. And I'm 5'11" in 155. So until they officiate a 165 bracket, this is where I'm going to be at. And the weight cut was so bad for me that my kid's mother at the time, Kamar's mother, the baby that I brought to the studio, his mother had to get me out the bathtub almost because I had to do the bathtub cut in Atlantic City. And there's just so much politics with that. You know I'm always going to speak my mind. I'm a filter. Some people are like, oh, don't hire him because his mouth. I'm going to say what the fuck I feel. I got to sign my life over and almost die. I should be able to say how I feel. You know, fighting in Atlantic City is not always lucrative. Sometimes it's just for your resume. Sometimes it's to push you in the direction of Bellator. Because fighting in Atlantic City is how I got the Bellator fights. It just wasn't making me any money either. Like them, oh, you could sell tickets. No, my job is to put hands on people. A promoter should promote and sell tickets.
That was a Ring of Combat fight, right?
It's so fucking true. Yeah, you got to sell yourself, but I shouldn't be focused on salesmanship when I have a hard job at hand. And people say, oh, it's not that hard. Yeah, well, you've ever been in a cage 15 minutes and your heart feel like it's jumping out your chest and you fighting constantly no matter how tired you are? But this goes back to the point of kids. Second round with Gambit, I was really winded, like so badly from the weight cut, dehydrated. I felt like my heart was going to give out. And the doctor comes in and checks on me because that's how tired I am. And I'm like, I'm good, bro. I'm just tired. I'm still going to go another round. We didn't sacrifice 90 days. I didn't have arguments with my kids' mother about being in the gym 6 days a week and parenting through those 6 days as best I can. You know, you understand? Like, there's a lot of sacrifices and balancing you have to try to learn when you're a parent. And yes, nobody made me be a parent. I chose to be one. I made my own bed. I choose to lay in a bed I make. That's fine. But I don't have the same luxuries as other guys that get to stay in the gym all day. So the weight cuts are very difficult. And when you have your kids, they can either motivate you or break you. And when I look at them, I always find extra energy because I'm not okay with mediocrity. I just paid $1,600 for a fucking fur in the middle of COVID. You know why? Because I work my ass off all year round, whether it be fighting or working. So with my kids, I look at them and I get an extra energy. I get extra boost. I get extra aggressive. I'm like, motherfucker, only one of us